Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm going to be showing off my complete collection of sets and minifigures from the Marvel Studios What If Disney Plus series. This was the only Marvel Disney Plus show to actually get sets, but it also got the most amount of minifigures from the collectible minifigure series, with 5 out of 12 being related to the show. Here are all of the minifigures. Across the sets and the minifigure series, you get 11 of these in total. Some of them are much better than others because, of course, some of them have a very large CMF budget and the other ones just had set budgets. So let's start over on the left with episode 1. We have 3 different characters and 4 different figures from the first episode. We've got Skinny Steve Rogers, which I think is a pretty good approximation of his figure. This came in the Hydra Stomper set. Then we have Red Skull, who also came in the Hydra Stomper set, pretty much exactly the same as the one from the 2020 Avengers Tower, but I do like his Tesseract. And then we also have Stealth Suit Captain Carter, who actually isn't from the first episode. This variant only appeared in the finale, so yeah, I made a video like changing out her hair and face. This hair is slightly more accurate to what she has in the finale, but I still don't think it looks very good, and actually, she didn't even use the stealth shield in the finale. She had the stealth suit on, but she just used the regular shield. I'm still really glad we got that print, though, because it is amazing. So yeah, I mean, I like this figure a little bit more now after seeing the finale, but I still don't love the face or the hair for her. And my favorite What If minifigure is still the just general version of Captain Carter. I think that this is just one of the best Marvel figures we've ever gotten. I really wish we had gotten a Steve Rogers Captain America this detailed. But yeah, this figure is just a slam dunk on all fronts for me. And I guess I actually should have started with the Watcher because he is the only character to appear in every single episode. I really like this figure considering he was just a regular set version, but I do think he should be a lot bigger. The Watcher is gigantic. He's much taller than all of the other figures, and that might be hard to represent in LEGO, but at the very least, they could have given him a bigger head. I do think he should have used the Thanos head mold, or he should have had a new head mold made for him, because a new, bulbous head would at least make him taller than regular figures, because right now he's even shorter than people like T'Challa Star-Lord, which I just don't love. Speaking of T'Challa Star-Lord, this is our only figure from episode 2, which makes sense, but I mean, I would have loved to get Heist Nebula as a minifigure. I really like that character design, and I love this figure. Again, also one of my favorites. Love his leg printing, especially with those booster rockets, and he does give us our very first Chadwick Boseman face in LEGO form, as well as a brand new hair mold, which I will never complain about. Then from episode 5, we have my 2 least favorite figures in the entire minifigure series and out of What If in general. Whoops, someone's falling a little bit. And yeah, sorry, these guys are a little bit dusty. I've had them on display for a few weeks now. But we've got Zombie Hunter Spidey and Zombie Captain America. Both of these are amazing figures, very well detailed. I've got them wrapped up together right now, so it's kind of hard to show them individually. But I just absolutely hate that these were made. It is beyond idiotic that we got minifigures of these, because this version of Spidey with the cape appeared in the episode for about 10 seconds, as did Zombie Captain America. He showed up, and then he was immediately killed, and then he had a 1-second cameo in the finale, even though he had already been killed in a previous episode, which didn't make sense. So I really don't like that these figures were made, because we're missing actually a lot of important characters. You'll notice out of the 11 What If minifigures that we only have 1, 2, 3 members of the Guardians of the Multiverse team, which I think is kind of sad. I would have replaced Zombie Hunter Spidey and Zombie Captain America with characters like Strange Supreme and actually Infinity Ultron. Infinity Ultron was the main villain of the whole show with an awesome character design, and so the fact that we didn't get a minifigure of him, but we got a minifigure of Zombie Captain America, that just really, really annoys me. And then we've got a bunch of minifigures from the episode that actually never aired. So here we've got Valkyrie, kind of like an updated look on her Thor Ragnarok outfit. I really love this figure because it's just more accurate and it looks better than the one that we got 4 years ago. Then we have Tony from Avengers 1. Again, I think this figure looks good, but he's definitely one of the most boring. They didn't even make a new face print for him. And then we've got Gamora with the Blade of Thanos, which is a cool figure. This was the last one I needed to finish my minifigure series. I love her arm printing, but her sword is like a pathetic excuse of a weapon. If it was going to be brick built, they should have just reused the build from the Sanctuary 2 set. And I really don't like her hair. This is probably the best version of this print, but LEGO needs to stop using this hair mold for just like generic female hair. LEGO needs a new female hair mold that parts like in the middle, because Gamora does not wear her hair like this. Peggy didn't wear her hair like that either. It's parted in the middle. It's not a side part that goes over the shoulder. And so that really frustrates me, because I really think that a new mold should have been made for Gamora, because she doesn't even have like the shoulder armor because of her hair, and that's just dumb. So this is the episode that wasn't released as part of season 1. I don't know what it was supposed to be called, but it was basically like, what if Tony ended up on Sakaar instead of the Hulk? And I'm assuming he builds himself a Hulkbuster out of junk and he becomes the Grandmaster's champion. I love the design of this mech, but I've talked a lot about the mechs in the past. I made a whole separate video on them, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I really just want to talk about the episode here, because this is a lot. 1 out of the 2 sets that we got for What If, and 3 out of the 11 minifigures. I mean, like, yeah, those characters, except Valkyrie, still appeared in, like, the show. I mean, Valkyrie was in the show, just not, you know, in this episode, because it never came out. And so that does frustrate me. There's no way that LEGO knew that it would be delayed, so of course they're not going to push the set back. But it's just annoying that we get 2 sets for What If, no set for any other Disney Plus show, and then one of the episodes that, like, and then the episode that one of the sets is based on isn't even in this season, and it's pushed to the next one. To me, this just, like, reinforces the fact that LEGO shouldn't have made 2 sets for this show. It was a really, really, like, dumb idea. These 2 sets aren't terrible, but I think that they're both pretty bad. I don't like the build of the Hydra Stomper. I think that the Hulkbuster looks cool, but it's not a great toy. And again, if LEGO was going to do 2 sets based on What If, I still think that there's so many more interesting things they could have done. I mean, they could have given us like a giant brick built like Hope Van Dyne, for example, because the Wasp did grow giant in the zombie episode. Or they could have given us something based on the finale, like where we get Ultron as a minifigure. And I don't know what they could do for a build, but you know, I'm sure someone could make something up, you know, like give us like a little like $10 set with Black Widow, post-apocalyptic Black Widow and Ultron and like Widow's motorcycle. So I think it's really annoying that What If was the only show to get sets, and it got 2 sets compared to 0 for every other one. And the sets ended up not being great. And then like the show also didn't end up being the best. And so the whole situation just really, really irritates me. So that pretty much does it for this video about all of the What If sets. Again, I made a separate one on the mechs if you just want to check out like a full dedicated comparison between the 2 of them. But I mean, yes, I'm annoyed that LEGO made so much What If merchandise when they didn't do like any for the other shows besides a couple of minifigures. But it's more than that. I understand why so much merchandise was made for What If, because it is like more suited to like toys and action figures and stuff than the other shows. But I mean, why did they make these choices? That's what annoys me. Down to the minifigures in the minifigure series, to you know, to the mechs. And it's not just a LEGO thing. I've said before, I said this in my What If review, which should hopefully be out by the time this video is up. I've said I don't understand why Zombie Captain America was pushed so hard when he was such an absolutely nothing character. So, I mean, not that I thought that he would have a big role, but I'm like, I did not think he'd literally have like a 2-second cameo. So yeah, I really think LEGO should have and could have done a better job here. So if we're going to get this again for What If Season 2, if we're going to get sets and minifigures again, I really hope LEGO makes smarter decisions and gives us more interesting characters and more interesting builds and just better builds. Because yes, do the Hydra Stomper. That would have been a great set if it hadn't been such a terrible design. So that pretty much sums up my thoughts on LEGO What If. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys in more videos soon. Bye for now.